Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. This week on our Magic Roundabout, as you can see, we have got two Dinky Toys Atlantean buses in various states of disrepair. So what we're going to do both of these in different liveries. So as you watch this go around, I'd just like to welcome all the new friends to the channel, and I'd like to welcome all the regular friends back. Thanks very much for sticking with me. It's much appreciated. It really is. So let's get these off, get them on the bench and see how they come apart and see what they're like inside. Okay, let's crack on then. We're on the bench, got some tools, we'll have a look. Now, these two identical. I think this one's been really badly overpainted, but I think it was the same as this one. We're going to do the two different liveries. I think there was a couple of three of these. So we've got the Regent for peak pulling power. So I'm going to keep this one that colour, and this one I'm going to do in the BP, which is here, that one. The BP is the key to better motoring. It's both got corporate transport written on the bottom. So that's one. And the Regent Peak is the other one. So we're going to do both them liveries. Might as well. Both the same casting. And we'll do that. These look like they've got 12mm tires on them. Okay, they're both Dinky Toys. Atlantean bus, Meccano. Okay. Now, one or two people have asked me if I knew how to get into one of these, and yes, I do. See those two holes at the front, there and there? Well, there should be two little pins in there, and they look like lights. Okay, if you can look at this one closely, see, it looks like a light there, and that's a little tiny pin, and I mean it's tiny. Okay, now this one didn't come with a pin in it. One pin missing, so I've had to just shove that in for now. And this one, yeah, this is the pin. I'm going to put it on my finger, and you can have a look, see how small it is. Here we go. Let's see if I can get it balanced on my finger. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to focus it. Why not focus on my finger? Let's try it on a pair of tweezers. It is really, really tiny, yeah. They go in the front there. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful with these, seriously. So I've only got two. I've got this one and the one what's in that one here, two. So I'm going to have to make two more up. Now, how to get them out is, if you've got your screwdriver or strongest blade, just put it underneath there, that join there, and just tweak it slightly. Okay, once you do that with it, all right, then the pins should break seal, and you can lift them out with either a pair of tweezers, pair of pliers, whatever you got. But be very, very careful. If you drop them and lose them, the carpet monster gets them, you ain't seen them again. Okay, so be very careful when you do this. I should do it over a tray, so if it falls out, it's going to go in the tray and not on your bench and roll away like mine did. Okay, so once you've got that separated, okay, once you've got it separated, take the pins out, put them somewhere safe. You can pull that down. Okay, and the other tag is at the back there. All right, and you can just pull it down and then pull it apart. Okay, all right, so that's what you got here. That's pulled apart, and you've got the bottom seat. This is plastic that needs to come off. Okay, well, we'll deal with that in a minute. So once that's out, and you've got your deck glass, this is your bottom glass. Okay, this one's okay, good condition. And then we'll give it a tap, and there's your upper deck vac forming, and there's your upper glass. This is the one I think it's got a slight crack in it. Is it this one? No, it's the other one. It's that one. Okay, so there you got it. It's that one, that one. Nothing else to do with that one. And then you've got to get this. Looks like it's glued, so you're going to be very careful getting this out. Okay, it might be worth sliding something. I've not done this before, so I don't quite know. We'll just do it gently. And it's very, very thin vac form, and I think it's glued in there. There's no access from underneath, and as you can see, it might have whitened out. It seems to be glued on this here. So we'll try and get in there and break the seal and slide it along. It seems to be a bit tricky because you can't really leave this in. Yeah, they've glued this in, and it's going to be hit and miss whether you get it out in one piece or not. All right, we'll try a bigger blade. Should go right through. Okay, then we'll just give it the old sawing action. Yeah, it's glued in the middle. Yeah. So the chances are it's glued along that edge as well. That's that bit. Luckily you won't see the floor, but we'll try and get it the best we can in one piece. There you go, that's got it. Yeah, you can see where it's glued now, look. It's glued there, and it's got quite a strong glue on it. So be very careful with this one. So that's two things we're wary of, the pins and the lower deck seat. So we'll pull the tyres off. Get me gauge, me rough gauge. 15, 14, 13, 12. We just check. Yeah, they're 12s. These are 12s. Anybody wants to know, anybody new wants to know, get these from a stationery shop. I've got paint on them, but they're all graded, and it just gives you a rough idea what your tyre you're looking for. Alright, so they're 12s. And I just bought a batch of 12s actually, because I didn't have any. So if you want to take the hubs off, you'll have to grind the ends, whichever end's the thinnest. I think it's that one. There's not a lot of room, I'll warn you now. There, it's this end here, and there. So I'll think about them. You know how to do the grinding off anyway. Grindstone or a flat edge file. Get that off, pull your axles out, or you can tape them up. They will polish up once they've been in the caustic. That's it. You've got your driver there. That's cast, so he's all right. Doesn't have to come out. All right. So that's that stripped. That's that one. All right. Now this one will be identical. Okay, now this has got a lot of paint on this, so I'm not sure how this is going to come apart. Right, okay, it's coming down now. Now that will come out quite easy. Now the pin is also sheared off in here. That's all coming out, look, there you go, look, it's all falling out. The pin there, it's obviously at some point being sheared off there, so that pin's useless now, so it's got to be, I've got to dig that out. I'll put some new pins in. Now I don't think you can buy the pins as far as I know, so you have to make them out of a drawing pin, not a drawing pin, some sort of pin. God, this is all falling apart in here. that's that deck. Looks like, yeah, it looks to me like somebody's had this apart and painted the inside, and it's not very clever, so we're not sure what we're going to do with that one. As the glasses come out, yeah, there's the crack there, look. Yeah, it's broken there. But we have a cunning plan. So that's the other body. That's the two glasses. That's some interiors. That's that interior. Now, let's see if we can get this. I bet this is well glued in, this one. I bet it's well glued in. Just run a knife down there. Just about the edge seals off it first. Hopefully not slicing my finger. That's part coming out. Try this one. That's trouble when they get painted on the inside. It's pretty dangerous. Now this is slightly different to that one over there. I'll show you in a minute. I've just noticed something slightly different. Why? I don't know. We're just going to get that underneath there and just... Can you spot the difference while I'm doing this? Tell me what it is. Oh, it's stuck there, look. That's where it's stuck in there. Trying to save this if I can. Right, that's out. Got it out. Yeah, there's a lot of glue in there. Look, that's all glue. That is solid glue. Now, just a quick reference. So yeah, I think we'll be all right with that. I'll just stick that together with some ordinary glue, not super duper glue, and put a piece over there to hold it together. It's got to be resprayed, that. So that's the two interiors. Now the difference is, I've just noticed it. I was taking that off. Everything is identical. What do you think? This has got 4 stubs on it. There, look. This one hasn't. I don't know whether it was a design change, or what the reason was behind it. I haven't got a clue, but everything else is identical. Hubs, everything is identical. And that's it. It just goes to show the things have changed. And you see they've got those 2 lumps there, one there, one, well, 4 lumps, 3 actually. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. That's got none. You can see the makings of them there and there, but nothing. So there you go. So that's for stripping then. We'll get them 2 stripped. Now what I have got over here is this one. This is the same thing, the Atlantean, and it's Dinky toys. Okay, but it's the Whiz Wheels Yellow Pages version. Now I'm hoping that this top deck will replace the glass on this broken one here. That's the plan. If you see, just for curiosity's sake, you see it's different now. Look, they put a screw there instead of the 2 pins at the front. They put a screw. So we'll have a look while we're here. Okay. We'll just have a look. Bear with me when we get this undone. And then that just comes out like that. So that's that bit done, and it just lifts up, same as the other, comes out. Now I can't use this because this is now cast. The seats are put in there are cast. All right, have you noticed? Because that's the bottom row of the old one. So that's cast, and that is the. Let's get it around the right way. That's that, and the stairs are in a different place. You notice the stairs are in a different place. They're further back. All right. These doors are at the front, and there's doors at the front and the middle on this one. So there's a difference. What we're looking for is to try the glass out of the top deck. Okay. There's two things I can use. I can perhaps use that. We'll see about that. I want to see if this top deck glass will fit in here. Let's have a look, see. Slightly different angle on the front. Slightly different angle. So where with the front, that's the front there. No, it's not going to fit. It's not going to fit, lad. It's too tight, isn't it? Never mind. At least we tried. Yeah, it's not going to fit. Never mind. We'll see if we can repair this one. So that's the difference between those. Okay, stripping time. Okay, I'm holding the camera in my hand this time because the tripod's just broken. So I'm going to try this on here. See what happens. It's bubbling away now. I think we'll be right for that. See how we get on. Something's happening. Something's happening. A bit of wash. See if we can see what the original colour was underneath here. It's coming off anyway. What this one's going to be, so. The red's coming off, but the white's going to be a bit stubborn. I'm just going to put a little sprinkling on more just to keep it going. That white could be a little bit troublesome. Right, so that's it. That's what's happening. Let them bubble away in the witch's cauldron for a little while. We'll get them out. Hopefully the white comes off without too much of a struggle. Okay. So we'll have a little look. One away. Yeah, it's getting there. Still constant massaging and stroking. To get it off. The white and red seem to be a bit of a bummer to get off. Right. We'll leave it like that for a minute or two and we'll see what's happening. Out the stripper now. I'm back on the bench, all cleaned up, wire brushed. Yeah, that white took a bit of doing. Right, what I will tell you now, I said earlier on when I was stripping it down that I was going to leave the axles in with the wheels on. Now I have done it before on the larger vehicles of the same type of hub, but this one I will tell you now, do not put it in the caustic soda. I mean, we all learn, excuse me, we all learn from our mistakes. So learn from my mistake. I thought it'd be okay, the same as the larger Dinky and Corgis with the same hub. But because they're the small hubs, they were quite thin. And basically, I ruined them. So that's my mistake. I've learned from it, so please learn from my mistake. Unfortunately, there wasn't that much room to get the axles out with the file, but I should have persevered instead of taking a shortcut by putting them in the caustic soda. And so then I thought, oh no, I had to panic. I had a little bit of a panic going on. So I did find suitable replacements, luckily. So yes, don't put them in caustic soda, because I mean, some of the bigger ones you might get away with it, but because these were in for a longer time as well, because of the white paint, that didn't help. And it didn't destroy them completely, but it shrunk them, if you know what I mean, and they wouldn't hold a tire. So yeah, learn from my mistakes. Please don't put it in caustic soda. Okay, right. Anyway, we're moving on. We've got to move on, onwards and upwards. They're all done. That's all done. I've washed the glass on these. I haven't cleaned them up with anything else, just washed them in the soapy water. The top deck's come out quite nice. That one had all paint on it. I'll put that in the oven cleaner, and that's come up clean. It's strange though, because this top deck is red, but the bottom part of it was the cream. It's weird. So I'm going to paint this in the cream, same as the other one. So keep it all the same. And the one that had the glass that had a blue paint on it, that came off in the oven cleaner, so that's good to go. Just need polishing up with a bit of the metal polish or the plastic polish, or whatever. I don't think I'm going to need to sand them. So just clean them up and put them in the clear liquid. Get a shine to them. So that's done. There's the replacement hubs in there. Okay. And what I used was the Crichton, Dinky Crichton ambulance. Same hubs. Okay. All right. So that's what I did. So don't forget, learn from my mistakes. Okay. So they were all done. So now it's a case of primer them. So we'll get some primer on these now. I got the heater on, warming up. So we'll do the primer, and then we'll get some colour on. One red, one green. I'm going to do them first, because that's how I like to do mine. I know some people say, oh, you put that colour down first, but I prefer, I should be putting the red down there and there, but I shall mask off a little bit of it so it doesn't get too much overspray on it. And then when that's dried, I shall mask the middles in between the lines. Then go over with the I'm going to use a Ford Ivory, because it's not white, it's an off-white, so I'm going to use a Ford Ivory, which is quite a nice colour for an off-white. Okay, and same with the interiors, they'll both be the same. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So here we go. We're on the masking stage now. So I've done one, the green one, okay, because that's obviously got to stay green. Now I've done it this way around, with the green first and the red first. I know some people say, well, you should do it the other way around, but this, the reasons I do it this way around, especially on something like this, is because if you see that ridge there and there, where this is green, the same at the bottom. Now if you did it the other way around, it did all the cream first and then the green afterwards, that ridge, you've got to try and get your masking over that ridge, yeah, so it sits over the top of that ridge, and that is very difficult to keep a straight line doing it this way. So I prefer to do it this way around. Did the green first and the red first, and then put this on the inside. Okay, and then I can spray the rest. So that's all done, ready for spraying. Okay, so we've got the green there, and this will all be cream. I might put a quick blow over with grey primer before. We'll see. Normally it's not, because it's cream or ivory I'm going to use. I might just give it a quick coat of grey primer just to help it along a little bit. But there you go. So on this one, now what I've been using for masking tape, unfortunately I haven't got any chamois. I must get some more, but I want to use this stuff up that I've got. I've got different sizes of it. It's not too bad. It's not your chamois tape. The edges aren't fantastic. So what I'm using here, just using a single strip, and I'll try and demonstrate it best I can. I'm pulling it out, getting somewhere near. Give myself a good overhang. Okay. So I can go around the front and the back and just snip it off. You want your, if you've got dodgy eyesight like mine, you want good magnifiers, and just want to get it on the inside edge best you can. Okay. Follow it along. Take your time. Okay, and then get your cocktail stick. Get it in against the edge, and just, as you can see what I'm doing here, just getting it in there. Run it along. Okay, make sure your edges are down firm, because that's where your paint's going to get underneath if you're not careful. And then you can rub the rest down with your finger. Alright. So you've got a little bit extra going around the front. So you can watch that. Make sure you get it right. Bring it round. Any lumps and bumps, do your best to get it sealed around, especially if they're near the edge. Not so bad through the middle, like this one, but if it's near the edge of the tape, make sure you get it right down. Because if you don't, the paint, believe you me, will get underneath. Same with the back coming round. Get it on your curve, make sure your curve is flat. I know some people have done this loads of times, but there is some people watching who need to know these things. So yeah. So I would say that's pretty much bang on. You can run your fingernail along the edge just to make sure you got it down tight. Okay. Right, so I'm going to finish off now and do this side and do the bottom. Do the bottom the same way. Get it there, but on this one, the doors are cream, so the masking ends there. It carries on round the front and down the side. And also, don't forget this piece here on the corner has to be the red or the green. Okay, so that's basically what we've got to do. It's quite simple to do, but you need to take your time to get it right. I'm telling you all this now. I haven't painted it yet and put the masking tape on it. It might end up a right disaster, but normally it's not too bad. So there you go. I'm going to carry on, do the rest of this, and we'll get the cream on and we'll get back to you. Right, we're all painted and we're all lacquered up. It's the red one. I've done the details on the front, indicators on the side, indicators on the side. Done the detailing because I've got decals that I put on. I put the bottom seats back in there, painted the driver, the steering wheel, put the stop lights at the back. I don't know what that logo is on there. I can't seem to find it on Google Images, so I'm not touching it. Yeah, so that's ready to go. Now and that's the other one. It's got the red seats in, so that's good to go. Now what I've gone ahead and done, because there's two of them, I've gone ahead and put the decals on this one. That one's got the decals on it, the green one. Okay, They're all drying off at the minute. There you go. It's got the headlights painted in, and the indicator lights, and on the side indicators there. Okay. So we're on here now. Let's get these in the right, because that's it. I've also made some pins up. You know, those pins that go in the front. Now these are pop rivets. Just took the rivet bit off the top and got the file on them and filed that little crimpy bit down what was on there, crimped it all down, and they should fit in there now. Nice. Now look, there you go. All I've got to do is cut the pins down to the right length, but I don't want to do that just yet because I'm going to lose them if I do that. Okay, so I've done those, so that's all ready to go. So I'm just going to put these decals on here. These are a bit, the green one was slightly longer, so I had to trim it down. These are pre-cut, these ones, so that'll go on there. Okay, so I'm just going to put this one into soak in my sponge and water, and then we'll get one of these, one side done, so you can see one side being done. All right, so it'll take a minute to soak. Okay, all right, let's get this in camera shot. Do this on here. Right, this one's been soaking. I put some water on there, so let's hopefully we'll get this right. Somewhere in between the lines would be handy. And he's gone off a little bit here. It's because I'm leaning too far over. Trying to do it on camera, I'm leaning too far over. Should be about plenty of water on that. Yeah, I'll move that around. Bring that down there a bit, get it in place. Somewhere there. Putting plenty of water on this because it's a long decal and I don't want to tear it if I can help it. Just run that along there. Regent, peak pulling power. There you go. Got it fairly straight. Yeah, just roll it out now it's in. Get the air out. That's it, it's got the air out. Okay, so that's that one. And a bit of water on the bottom. For this one. Corporation Transport. Get my brush wet. Try and get it in between nicely. Bit of blotting. Sometimes these can be a bit tricky. if ever you want to move your transfer when it's been on a few seconds and you're not happy with it, put plenty of water on it before you touch it. Okay, there you go. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and it will be assembly time. Alrighty? Alrighty. That's it then, assembly time. I've done the green one. That's all done. There's the pins in the front, there and there. So they're all done, driver's in. Still got that crack in the glass, so I didn't replace it. So that one's done. So, if you're going to replace the pins with those like pop rivets or something, you're going to have to run a small drill down there to expand them holes slightly so they fit in. Right, so red one then. Basically, whack it upside down, fairly straightforward. Drop your window unit in, and your stairs in there. Now this one, before you put that on, you're going to have to put this on here first. Right, this has got to go on here first. Okay? Or else it won't go in. Okay? It goes in there like that, on there first. And then, get it in said position. And it's a bit of a jiggery pokery getting it in, but you've got to get the tab in the back. And it all should go. I did it with the last one, easy. Straight in. But, like they always say, when you're on camera, it never goes the same. So you get this tab located somewhere near. And then to push these up. That's it, let's got that in. And push it down. Just a matter of getting that back tab located in there. And once it's down, you can put your pins in. You don't need to glue these pins in, because that base tends to want to come down like that. These pins will hold it. So this is the fiddly bit, getting these pins in. And this is the time that you don't want to find out that you haven't drilled the hole big enough. Okay? Excuse me, sorry about that. There, they're in. Okay, pins are in. All good to go. All right, if you don't want to take it apart again and you want to glue the pins in, feel free. You know, but I'm just showing you how they are. There's the pins in. They look quite nice actually. Good idea of mine that. Well done, son. Right, let's get it on a magic and have a proper look at them. This is what we started with. 2 Dinky Toys Atlantean buses. I know, the old turntail's got a squeak. So this is what we started with. So now, have a look, see how it all ended up. Take a look at these. Here we are then, on the magic. Dinky Toys Atlantean buses, in the cream or ivory and red and the green. Regent peak power. New tyres. I've done a few extra details like the indicator lights, painted the driver and such like, painted the tail lights. So here we have it. couple of Atlantean buses. I've got the 2-door Yellow Pages super fast, or with wheels, or whatever they call it, to do when I get the decals. But that's a different bus. Well, it's the same bus, but it's got twin doors. So the single doors at the front. Okay. Well, I hope you like this one, or these two. Look forward to your comments. Bus people, don't thrash me too much. I've got no header boards for these, so I didn't get any header boards. And I don't know what the emblem is and how it's painted on the back. The ones I've seen on Google Images didn't have the emblem on the back, just the engine cover. So I'm not sure. Anyway, there we go. And enjoy your weekend coming up. And I'll see you all again the following week with something else. Okay then. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye for now. See you later. And